Live from the Brickyard in Hobart, Indiana, RRSN.com in conjunction with Regional Radio Sports presents the 2013 Boys High School Soccer season, where this evening in a non-conference matchup to wrap up the 2013 season, the Hobart Brickies host the Michigan City Wolves. Good evening, everybody. Mike Knezovich along with Adam Demery to bring you all the exciting play-by-play action in this matchup between the Brickies and the Wolves. The homestanding Hobart Brickies checking in with a record of 4-9-2, and the Michigan City Wolves coming in with a mark of 3-12-0. We want to thank all the folks that are making tonight's live video cast possible here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports for the 2013 season, and they include the Hobart Soccer Club. The Hobart Soccer Club, home to two 3v3 national championship teams, wishing best of luck to the boys team tonight in their matchup against the Michigan City Wolves. We also want to thank the Hobart Assembly of God, located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart, a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. We also want to thank the Hobart Elks Lodge, number 1152, located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. And we want to thank Swanson Court Apartments, located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Call them today at 219-462-0411. And also we want to thank Centier Bank. They're the sponsors of our Centier Bank performer of the ball game. And I bring in Adam Demery, my color commentator, as well as a cameraman out here this evening wearing a lot of different hats. And Adam, some very threatening skies to our immediate north right now, but fortunately the wind is blowing that way, so maybe it'll blow some of these threatening clouds out of here.
Yeah, Mike, it looks to be like we're going to escape this storm. Really, two separate clouds coming in each direction, one coming from the south and one going towards the north, but the one coming from the south actually blowing towards the east as we have getting ready here for the national anthem here. Take the time to thank our men and women both serving at home and abroad. As Mike, I was just saying, there are two different cells coming our way. One that was going towards the north and one coming from the south, but moving more towards the east. So it seems like we are right in the middle of two storms, and it looks like the last time I checked the radar, should be no chance of thunderstorms until about 10 o'clock tonight. However, Hobart not taking any chances, the officials not taking any chances, and we're playing the varsity game first ahead of the JV just to make sure that we get this game in tonight.
And that is why we're on a little bit earlier than normal here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First of all, for the homestanding Hobart Brickies, as they are performing here on senior night. They will have at the forward positions number 9, Hank Pimentel, a sophomore, joined by Alex Gospodarek. He is a senior. In the midfield will be number 5, Justin Olstead, a senior. Matt Plezak, number 18, a junior, will be at center mid, along with number 10, Willie Prieto, a sophomore. Gus Oliva, number 29, will be at right mid for the Brickies. The back line will be number 2, Miguel Marcano, a junior. The central defense will be number 11, Carter Gibson, a sophomore. Number 13, Vince Olmos, a junior, and at right defender will be number 33, a junior, Martin Howland. In between the pipes for the Brickies will be KJ Haluska, a junior, 14 games under his belt, 45 goals given up for a 3.46 goals against average, and 3 shutouts on the season. The Michigan City Wolves, who have control of the soccer ball right now, are dressed in their blue road uniforms with white numbers and trim. Moving from right to left on your laptop, they will have up top sophomore Rodrigo Serrano, a sophomore. He'll be joined by Envoy Hines, a junior. The midfield will be, they're actually going with a 4-3-2-1 formation. James Ohms will be the offensive midfielder, a sophomore for the Michigan City Wolves. The three midfielders on the left side will be Nathan Rodecap, a junior. In the middle will be Jory Palmer, number 5, a senior. And on the right side will be number 4, Tyler Ellenwood, a senior. And then in the back line in the 4 flat for the Wolves, number 12, Jeremy Rodecap, a junior. On the right side will be number 2, that's Colton Bailey, as the ball goes into Haluska as he'll cover it up. He is a freshman. And then the 2 players in the mid will be the tall drink of water, Eric Stevenson, a senior, and Skylar Bailey, a senior. In between the goalkeeper, Sam Mellon, a junior, 63 saves on the season, and he has given up 47 goals in those 15 ball games, so a little bit over 3 goals a game. So if everything stands to form here, Adam, we'll have a 3-3 tie, and we'll all go home.
Well, I'll tell you this, Mike. Both teams, even though their records might not be where each coach wants them to be, they're both young teams. You know, they're 9 seniors total in combined with both teams. So the 4 seniors on Hobart that will celebrate their senior night tonight, certainly looking to go out with a bang here at home.
Here's a throw in here on the near side by the Wolves, number 12, and that's Jeremy Rodecap. And he will actually go with a free kick situation here. Just underway here, over here at the Brickyard. Beautiful facility, of course, that houses the football team for the Hobart Brickies. And they've kind of come up some tough times here recently after a terrific 4-0 start. But just a terrific facility out here at the Brickyard. Field turf surface that the student athletes can perform on here in Hobart.
Right now it looks like Lake Michigan really controlling the the possession battles here against Hobart right now at home, but looks like either team right now just trying to feel each other out, as most contests happen to be in the first few minutes, as we're only at 37.5 minutes into the first half.
Carter Gibson, who had the goal the last time we were here, and the tie against Wheeler, had that control. Now here's Plesac off the far side going 50-50 with number 2, and that's Colton Bailey. And they're going to rule a foul is going to be called here on the Brickies, and that's going to result in a free kick. So second foul in the ball game here in the early going on the Hobart Brickies. So it will be a free kick opportunity now for Michigan City. They have lost 5 consecutive ball games here down the stretch after a win against South Bend Clay. Here's the free kick opportunity, knocked down to the 18 by the Brickies. Good job by Miguel Marcano, who played a terrific game against the Bearcats of Wheeler last time out. Now throwing into the midfield third. Good job by the Brickies controlling in the back line, as that was the left fullback for them kicking it over the far touchline. And it will now result in a throw-in here. This Brickies number 29 back there, that's Gus Oliva, doing a great job. Now a header at the 6 on the play. A deflection goes off the defense. And now they go 50-50 here on the near sideline. And now the Wolves will control on the play with a little tap pass there by number 3, and that's Nathan Rodecap. Now they're going to call a handball on the Wolves, or a push in the back. So a first foul called on Michigan City here. So with 4 minutes gone here in the first half, Adam, the Wolves putting on some sustained pressure.
Yeah, a couple of good early opportunities here by Michigan City. Hobart, their back line, doing a great job protecting the net and protecting their goal, as they're in that 4-4-2 formation.
Now left fullback position kicked away on the play is Envoy Hines, putting some pressure on there from a striker position. Now Envoy trying to go up on the play with Rodrigo Serrano. Serrano now goes back to the midfield third on the play to Tyler Ellenwood. Here's his cross, knocked out of the defenses. They were trying to get it to Hines on the play. Now it is back to the offensive player there is number 5, and that's Justin Olstead for the Bricks. Stolen in the midfield third by Jory Palmer, but knocked out of the defense. Now here's an opportunity for the Wolves, but a miss hit on the play by Tyler Ellenwood will result in a goal kick here for KJ Haluska and the Hobart Brickies. Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of today's broadcast. Home to 2 3v3 national championship teams. The club wishes best of luck luck to the boys team tonight and in the postseason tournament, as well as Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. You can find more information about the Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.org.
Hobart now, I think the first time here in the first half, deep into Michigan City's territory. But one of the things that Michigan City's been doing really well is their two forwards in Serrano and Hines have done a nice job finding the holes in the defense, just timing a little bit off there with the forwards.
Here's an opportunity now, and the shot's going to go well over the crossbar on the play. Just want to make sure we get the right. I got you on 2. Okay, Adam, we're good. So 34-13 remaining here in the first half of play. And the teams are scoreless here right now as that shot went over the crossbar. So here's the goalkeeper now for the Wolves, and that is Sam Mellon, a junior, came in with 63 saves on the season for the Michigan City Wolves.
Hobart right now doing a nice job kind of evening out the time of possession. Starting to get the ball here as it's easily stripped by Michigan City here and kicking it up to Serrano down here on the near side corner, trying to work that corner, and another opportunity for Michigan City.
Hines now deflects it into the midfield third, knocked out of the defense by the Brickies, and now here comes Plezak back on the counter for the Brickies. 33-32 remaining in a scoreless first half. Tipped at the defense, but now controlled nicely on the play by number 9, Skylar Bailey, but they're going to call a handball on the Wolves, and that's going to result in a beautiful free kick opportunity here now for Hobart.
Nice job by Gibson and Mercano down there inside the 18, knocking that opportunity away from the Wolves as they were deep inside the 18, almost right outside the 6, actually, with a good opportunity to get a shot on goal, and a nice job by the Hobart defense to eliminate that opportunity.
The opportunity there, they were trying to get it to Hank Pimentel on the offensive third, but the pass was a little bit too far. Now trying to pass it to himself on the far side is James Holmes, the offensive midfielder for the Wolves. Now they come back with a spinorama move now to Serrano. Centering pass looking for Hines, and they're going to call him offside, as that time it looked like the Brickies had the offside trap going there, Adam.
Yeah, it did, and you know what? Hines did a great job once again. He's been doing, just as him and Serrano have been doing all game long, really, finding those holes. Like I've been saying here, we're only 32-30 left in the first half, but they've done a nice job finding the holes, just a little bit off on the timing. Like I've said, they've either been just off the foot or just off the head before, off the foot or head, an opportunity away from getting a goal there.
Holmes has it knocked away from him, gets some midfield support from Ellenwood. Now they try to get it to Plesac, but the pass goes too far. Recovered now in the defensive third by Colton Bailey. Does a good job of keeping the ball inside on the play where it's picked up by Ellenwood. Knocked out of the defense, but back on the play comes Rodecamp. And now he'll go back to the far side, but the Wolves a little bit sloppy there as Colton Bailey couldn't control it. It'll be a throw-in for Hobart. They'll go to the bench now as Howland will exit the lineup at that right fullback position. And coming in for the Hobart Brickies now from the bench is going to be number 15 out there, and that's Todd Burns, the junior.
He's got 2 goals and 2 assists on the year, one of the two of the 21 so far on the season, so definitely a big offensive weapon that Hobart coach is going to try and use to his advantage here tonight.
Again, they're going to go to the bench as Gospodarek now is going to come out of the lineup. And also getting set to come in off the far side as well as Greg Gill, a sophomore. We're down to 31-15 remaining here in a scoreless first half. Howitzer header now at the midfield third on the plays. Again, they look for James Holmes. Holmes has got some numbers up there. Centering pass looking for Hines on the play. Comes in at the 6. Haluska's out of the goal. A shot and a goal! Terrific job of turning on the soccer ball that time by Envoy Hines, the junior forward. He picks up his second goal of the year, and it will come at 9:05, and it gives the Wolves a 1-0 lead. What a laser beam.
And just like that, Mike, I've been saying all first half, Michigan City's been getting a lot of opportunities inside the 18 against this Hobart defense. It was bound to happen to where one of them got past them, and Haluska just on that time did a nice job coming out and getting his hands on the ball, just didn't catch it fully and corral the ball to possess it, and it bounced around, and Michigan City was able to take advantage.
Yeah, he did the right thing there. He came out aggressively, but just didn't seal the deal.
Yeah, he just couldn't get possession on it. And I mean, like I said, it's been raining. Weather is definitely going to be playing a factor here tonight. I know with the field it's going to be dry, and this field turf does a nice job keeping the field dry. But at the same time, this field turf doesn't dry out the ball.
Now midfield third on the play, stolen nicely by Nathan Rodecamp. Here's a centering pass looking for James Holmes. Nice job defensively. 3 Brickies back there. Now they seal it off to Justin Olstead. Controlled into midfield third by his numerical counterpart, Jory Palmer. It'll be a throw-in now for the Wolves, Jeremy Rodecamp.
And really just like that, once again, Michigan City deep into the offensive third. And it's if Hobart wants to have a good shot at winning this game tonight for their seniors, they got to tighten up a little bit on the defensive side.
The Hobart Elks Lodge, number 1152, located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart, has been serving the local community since 1909. The lodge conducts food, clothing, toy, and school supply drives, which benefit the local schools and Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. The Elks remember and support veterans projects with visitations to veterans' homes several times a year, and the lodge also provides funds for cancer research and college scholarships. To find out more about the Hobart Elks Lodge, number 1152, check them out on the web at elks.org, like us on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152, or give them a call at 219-942-1152. Here's Stevenson shot, and it goes right on goal, and a save on the play by K.J. Haluska for Hobart.
And that free kick was set up by the foul on Hobart's midfielder, Preto, as he was got a little too aggressive there right at the midfield mark, and that set up that free kick, and that was a boom, just a bomb of a kick there, Mike, and just get it right all the way up to Haluska.
Yeah, I tell you what, that ball really took a skip off the field turf. Now here's an opportunity just past Olms on the centering pass by Hines that time is double deuce, showing that he's a very unselfish player there in the offensive third.
Rain continues to fall here at the Brickyard as, like I said, we're just in between two storms in terms of lightning. We haven't seen any for a while. Thought we saw a couple of bolts as we came in here, but it hasn't been no lightning strikes for the past hour and a half, which is why they're trying to take advantage of this varsity game, playing it before the JV.
Allen Wood's cross now goes past the far side, resulting in a KJ Haluska kick now with 28-11 remaining in the first half. And the Michigan City Wolves leading this one by a score of 1-0. Return to spacious living at affordable rates at the Swanson Court Apartments, located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com to see which properties at which rates are ready for move-in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties, they have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411 for 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer.
Rain continuing to fall even more heavily as, once again, Haluska seeing a lot of action. He's coming out of the net a lot to get these ground balls rather than letting them go out of bounds, but definitely seeing a lot of shots on goal. One have already gone in for Michigan City.
That goal by Envoy Hines at the 9:05 mark here of the first half. At halftime, we'll have a chance to listen to Brian Myers, the head coach of Michigan City, a well-spoken interview that he did trying to talk about his student athletes and, disappointing record on the season, Adam, but let's keep in mind they're competing in the Doolin Athletic Conference, one of the top conferences in the state.
Oh, boy, you got Chesterton, Valparaiso, and Crown Point. Crown Point, one of the best teams in the state, along with Valparaiso and Chesterton, really. So that Doolin Athletic Conference is always, every year, is a great conference to compete in and really test your team's ability. And Michigan City has done that, currently on a 5-game losing streak. Hobart also coming in on a 4-game losing streak. So one of those streaks will be snapped tonight with one of these two teams winning, hopefully. But like I said, that Doolin Athletic Conference is a tough contest for any team to be in.
Pimentel in the corner was trying to get something going. James Holmes now coming back on the counter for Michigan City. Ground ball attack looking for Serrano. Now Ellenwood trying to backtrack, but the Brickies get control. They've got Plezak in the midfield third on the play, looking down low now for number 4, that's Zach Pardis. Good job on the counter there by the Wolves defense, as now Envoy Hines comes in off the right side. He's 1-on-2 with 25:55 remaining here in the first half. Michigan City up 1-0, and a good job defensively sealing off in the corner by the Brickies left fullback there results in a goal kick now for KJ Haluska and Hobart. And the Hobart Assembly of God is located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11, have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings, and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 until 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God on the web at hobartassembly.com or give us a call at 219-942-2691. Into the ball game now for the Hobart Brickies in the central midfield area is Martin Howland, as they replace in the midfield third there with Adrian Contos. Now the ball goes over the goal line. The Brickies were looking for a corner. They're not going to get it, and that will result in a Sam Mellon goal kick here with 24:45 remaining in the first half. Michigan City leading Hobart 1-0.
One of the first opening goal kicks here in the first half for Michigan City, as they've had two so far in the first half. Hobart really been playing more of a defensive type of game, and especially with Hines and Serrano on the offense for Michigan City, definitely with their hands full tonight.
Todd Burns centering pass now intercepted at the midfield third by the Wolves. Knocked down nicely at the defense in the midfield area on the play by the Brickies, Vince Olmos. And now they go off to the far side on the play at that left fullback position. Over there on the far side is Miguel Marcano. Now a centering pass on the play in the midfield third looking for Zach Pardis. Pardis getting an opportunity now after the seniors played in the first part of this ball game for Hobart. As a good job by John Hutchins getting those seniors in here on senior night.
Hutchins actually a Hobart grad, so I mean he knows exactly what these senior nights are all about. In his fifth year overall here at Hobart, he's been through these a couple of times as a coach and definitely been through these as a student as well.
Nice job by Vince Olmos to be able to seal off there and create a KJ Haluska goal kick here with 23-24 remaining in the first half. Michigan City on the goal at 9:05 by Envoy Hines, his second of the year, lead the ball game, as now exiting the lineup will be Zach Pardis for the Brickies. And Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank the Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of tonight's broadcast. Home to two 3v3 national championship teams, the club wishes best of luck to the boys team tonight and in the postseason tournament, as well as to Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. And for more information about the Hobart Soccer Club, you can check them out on the web at hobartsoccerclub.com. Hobart with a little bit of a threat now in the offensive third, but the Wolves have the answer on the play. Now they come back with the counter, but they're going to call a foul on the play on Hines, and that's going to result with a free kick opportunity now for the Bricks, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, they're setting up just outside that 25-yard marker, so just about 30 feet outside the 18 right now, as it looks like we got a free kick here for number 33, Martin Howland.
The junior now with a nice cross. Good job by Mellon to come out of the box. Now they go back to the midfield third on the play with some nice dribbling ability, a shot, and a save on the play by Mellon. On the shot that time by Willie Prieto, as Prieto did a good job of settling the ball down and getting the first shot on goal for the Brickies.
I like it. I like the job that Mellon did on that play there, Mike. Instead of charging the ball and trying to catch it himself, he played the bounce. That way he gives himself a little bit more room to catch that ball, especially with how slippery the ball is right now with the rain and the wet turf.
Yeah, Prieto there bidding for his first goal of the season, trying to skid it off the turf on the play as now Stevenson comes back when he got his pocket picked nicely by Plezak. And now it'll be a throw-in for the Wolves and looking for James Holmes in the corner. Instead, they go back to the midfield third to Eric Stevenson. Stevenson got his pocket picked nicely by the Brickies. That time, Miguel Marcano centering pass and well offside on the play was number 11, Carter Gibson, as he was past the defender. That's a good visual interpretation there, Adam, of the offside call as he was behind the defender when the ball was struck upfield.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness there by the Hobart offense, but, I mean, he was offsides by a good 2 or 3 yards, as a good call there by the official, and an unfortunate stoppage in momentum for the offense of Hobart.
Halfway through the first half of play here, and a 1-0 lead for the Wolves on the goal by Hines in the 9th minute of this match. Now Stevenson with the long arcing shot to the far side looking for James Ohms. Back defensively again is the talented Miguel Marcano. Ohms lost control on the play. Now they're going to say play on is Ellenwood with a slide tackle. Now they go deep into Hobart territory where it's picked up by Vincent Ohms. He tries to get it to the far side, resulting in a Wolves throw in here to Tyler Ellenwood, number 4.
Keep an eye out for Hines on this play as he's already got 1 goal and has definitely done a great job so far in the first half, as he'll actually be checking out of the game, but definitely so far in the first half done a great job finding the holes of this defense.
William Rubino into the lineup now for the Wolves along with Jamal Ashey. As that ball's kicked up the elevator shaft, looking for Ashey outside the 6. Good dangerous opportunity there as he got the spikes up on the play. The official let him play through that, surprisingly. Now James Ohms trying with some physical play in the box. Good job of sealing him off and avoiding the corner off the far side. Nicely done by Miguel Americano, resulting in a Hobart corner kick here. Not corner, but a kick in their corner defensively here with 19:30 remaining in the first half. And return to spacious living at affordable rates at the Swanson Court Apartments. They're located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com to see which properties at what rates are ready for move-in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties, they have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411 for 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer.
Hank Pimentel now on that last foul for Hobart.
James Ohms' free kick goes well past the far post. That had some pace on it.
Yes, it did. Another good free kick opportunity for Michigan City as they were able to get it close to the net once again. Like I said, all first half, Haluska has been really tested and has only given up 1 goal so far, but definitely something that Hobart doesn't want to see in the second half or the rest of this first half, as we still have 18 minutes and 20 seconds left. They're trying to cut down on those shots that Michigan City's throwing their way.
Justin Olstead along with Carter Gibson exit the lineup now for the Bricks. Todd Burns is back in there at a right midfield position for head coach Hutchins as Plezak goes to Pimentel. Hank Pimentel now with his back to the defense over to Martin Holland. They go right through the midfield circle now with 18 minutes remaining in the first half. Michigan City up on Hobart 1-0. The Brickies trying to get back that winning form that they had in the middle part of the season that they've lost here. Now they're going to call a handball on the Wolves, and that's going to result in a free kick now to Hobart. And they're going to try to get it back into that offensive third and get Pimentel and company going here offensively with Todd Burns. And also up there now is Adrian Cantos, the freshman. So free kick now for the Hobart Brickies. Their direct kick, that's their second of the ball game. And the kick is low, tipped at the defense by Rubino, recovered by Plezak, trying to get the right foot free now. Here's a beautiful centering pass to Todd Burns, and his shot goes off the upper 90 there, just past the near side. Good coverage there by Mallon to the near side, but Burns cannot quite get the counterclockwise spin on the ball.
Tried to hit a draw shot on that one, but kind of more of a fade right over the right upper 90 of the goal there, Mike.
Check out the spacious banquet facility at the Hobart Elks Lodge for meetings, weddings, and special events for groups between 25 and 350. Their dining room is open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 5 p.m. with a monthly luncheon the last Wednesday of each month. And they rock at the lodge as well with a DJ the first and third Fridays of the month and live music the second and fourth Fridays of the month. At the Hobart Elks at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. Remember to like us on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152. Here's the throw in now by the Wolves, James Ohms, and it's tipped towards the goal line on the play by number 19 for the Wolves, and that is Jamal Ashey, and the freshman's kick goes over the goal line, resulting in a KJ Haluska goal kick.
Just a miscommunication between two teammates right there, both going for the ball at the same time, and neither one called out for the other one that they had the ball, resulting in a miscommunication out of bounds, and now we've got a goal kick coming up for Hobart.
Stay tuned after the ball game. We'll name our Centier Bank performers of the ball game on both sides here. on RRSN.com. 15:48 remaining in the first half. We started this game early because of the threatening conditions out here. Now here's a steal on the play by Ashe. Ashe now goes back to Rubino, trying to get it back to the freshman, but a little bit too far now, and Burns trying to get the pass here up the near sideline on the play. It deflects off a play. Now Burns trying to keep it inbounds, and he does. Todd Burns now trying to keep the right foot free. Centering pass now into the midfield third as the Bricks get something going offensively. They'll build it back to the fullback. They try to change the field on a long shot on the play by Zach Pardis, but a good job of covering up by the right side of that Wolves defense.
I like the idea of the cross there by Hobart, just a little too little of a leg there, as it just wasn't able to get all the way across the field. And Malin doing a great job for Michigan City, coming out of the net aggressively and grabbing that ball for his team.
Also, Colton Bailey and Skylar Bailey, the dynamic duo over there, doing a great job on the right side of that defense. Is now Plezak's pass goes over the far touchline, resulting in a Michigan City throw-in. Now Jacob Bircher will wave in the substitute. As exiting the lineup is James Ohms. He's ran quite a bit out there so far. As into the lineup now is Tyler Ellenwood, the senior for Michigan City. 14.5 remaining in the first half. It will be a throw-in off the far side by William Rubino, the freshman. For the Wolves, they have the 1-0 lead on the goal in the 9th minute of the match by Envoy Hines. Now across in the midfield third, looking for Stevenson, and his header goes over the crossbar, and Aluska had some good coverage on that one, upper 90.
Good coverage there by the goalie, but and unfortunately for Michigan City, the ball going through the field goal does not count as 3 points.
Hobart Assembly of God is located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11, have a youth ministry. Here's an opportunity now for Ashe, and Jacob Bircher says that it is incidental contact and results in a KJ Holuska throwout. The Hobart Assembly of God has a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 to 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God on the web at hobartassembly.com. That's hobartassembly.com, or give us a call at 219-942-2691. That's a Hobart Assembly of God located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart.
Got a couple of fouls here late in the first half on Michigan City, something that they're going to have to try and keep clean here, as for the most part the refs doing a nice job letting the kids play here as the rain continues to fall here at the Brickyard.
Holland got it past Stevenson. Now coming back defensively and covering up nicely was Nathan Rodekamp, but now the Bricks get it with Todd Burns, and he mishit it. Boy, he had a couple brickies there in the midfield third, led by number 14, Cantos, the freshman, who just comes outside the 6 now on the counter. But they had some numbers there, but the mishit denies them the opportunity.
Looks like maybe the wetness of the ball kind of slipped off the cleat there as he kicked that one towards the net.
Yeah, he was trying to do the same thing he did on that shot to the right wing deep in the offensive third with a little counterclockwise spin, but was not able to get a good read on it. Now good job defensively again by Pardis for the Brickies. Midfield third now, trying to go give and go in the midfield area on the play with Cantos. Knocked down by the Wolves at the defense, and they get it to their talented midfielder, James Owens. Nice heel pass back to his teammate there on the play. That was Rodrigo Serrano, showing some nice innovation there in the midfield third for the Wolves. We're down to 11:43 remaining in the first half. Michigan City with a 1-0 lead. Now here's Ohms settling it down nicely, trying to get by the defense. Good job by Martin Howland on a tackle. Now the Wolves come back on the corner with Rubino. Going off to the far side, looking for Ohms. The momentum of the soccer ball takes it by Americano. Here's the corner on the play, looking for Ashe, and he overran the ball at the 6. Now the freshman is able to get it back, and it's tipped over the near touchline, resulting in a Michigan City throw-in.
I think the Hobart defense did a nice job there blocking the view of Michigan City as they were unable to you said that they overran the ball a little bit. I think they just lost contact with the ball with their eyes and were unable to spot it until it was past them already in the 18.
Ashe now comes out of the lineup for head coach Brian Myers. as it will be a throw-in now on the play by Nathan Rodekamp. He goes to the 6, knocked down to the defense by the Brickies as they've got a quartet back there right now. Now trying to put on some pressure on the play is Envoy Hines, number 22. 50-50 ball here comes to the near sideline, and now the Brickies come back on the counter. Midfield third to Pimentel. Nice pass on the play. Looking on the play for Cantos. They go give and go. It's deflected by the Wolves. It'll be a throw-in as Hobart picks up some valuable real estate. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. So far, the Envoy Hines goal in the 9th minute is the difference in this game. Here's Todd Burns throwing. Knocked out of the defense as Hobart controls now with Martin Howland. Trying to get some midfield support from Pardis. Knocked down by Stevenson as the rain starting to pelt the Brickyard here in Hobart.
Really affecting some of these throw-ins, as we just saw the last throw-in. They were unable to, as they brought the ball up. The ball slips out of his hands as he was going up there. That was number 15.
Burns.
Burns on the play.
He's actually exiting the lineup now as Justin Olstead is back in there. Him with the lime shoes. They get the ball back now. Here's the kick on the play by Pardis, knocked down by Stevenson. That was a unique throw in there.
I think that was that a set play?
Yeah.
I feel like it was. Like it looked like one of the plays in basketball under the basket where you just throw it off the defender whose back is towards you.
Nice job by Eric Stevenson for Michigan City to get it out of there with 9:19 remaining as the rain really starting to come down here. Hobart now on the counter, trying to get something going, trailing 1-0. They'll retreat back into their own zone on the play as Gill thought he was pushed on the play, and he was. And that'll be the third direct kick now off the third foul on the Wolves. Now Stevenson knocks it down. One-timer's fanned out by Howland. Now they go back to the midfield third, and the Wolves are just going to clear it over the near touchline and get the throw in.
Hobart now late in this first half, starting to look like how Michigan City did right out of the gate, getting a couple opportunities in the offensive third, just waiting for that one opportunity to punch into the net.
They go deep now to Pimentel. Hank trying to work his magic, the sophomore. Deflected into the offensive third. Here's a cross a little bit too far as being pressured that time was Cantos, the freshman. And he kicked it up the elevator shaft all the way across the 6 box. Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of tonight's broadcast. Home to 2 3v3 national championship teams, the club wishes best of luck to the boys team tonight and in the postseason tournament, as well as to Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. You can find more information about the Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.com. We're down to 7:50 remaining in the first half. Long centering pass by Ellenwood. Here's Ohms with a shot just over the crossbar as Haluska went up like a jack-in-a-box over the crossbar.
Man, that Haluska's got some hops there to him. Maybe the basketball coach needs to come out to a soccer game and do some recruiting.
KJ Haluska, the junior, with 3 shutouts this season and over 120 saves now on the year. Showing that athletic prowess going up to the upper 90 on that laser beam. Throw in now for the Wolves. That'll be Jeremy Rodekamp. Rodekamp, the junior. The rain starting to pelt the field turf as well as the track out here. Michigan City with that city block on the back in between the shoulder blades. Go with the throw in now to Hines. Envoy Hines trying to get a little tap on the ball outside the 18. They try to go give and go, and now a glorious opportunity here on the third foul of the first half for the Michigan City Wolves.
Key foul call there on the Hobart defense as Michigan City, with all their direct kicks that they've had so far in this half, even from midfield, they kick it all the way down to the goal and give a shot on goal and give some action over to Haluska.
James Ohms will go with the free kick here for the Wolves. He's got a quintet of players just outside the 6. Here comes the counter clockwise spin, and it goes off the brickies. A shot and a goal! James Ohms will get credit for the goal off the deflection of the Bricky defense, and for Ohms on the campaign, he comes up with the score, his first goal of the season, and it comes at 33-40 of the match, and it's a 2-0 lead now for Michigan City.
And just a bad foul on the Hobart defense, doing that just so close to your 18. and just a wide open net there right off the deflection off the head of one of the Hobart defense. Like you said, Ohm's the one getting credit for the goal, but definitely a little help there as the deflection came off the Hobart defense, it looked like.
Yeah, and Doluska had really no chance on that one on the deflection. So a 2-0 lead now for Michigan City as the Duneland entrant starting to work their magic now in this last game of the regular season before they head out to South Bend. Now a long pass deflects off the Wolves. The momentum will take it over the near touch line as Terry Codispoti said it's going to be a throw-in now for the Brickies, Justin Olstead. 5:35 remaining in the first half. Michigan City 2 and Hobart nothing as the Wolves trying to break a 5-game losing streak tonight.
And Mike, one of the things I've learned from you is 2-0 is one of the more dangerous leads here in soccer.
Yeah, especially in the last 5 minutes of a half when the physical and mental fatigue comes to play. And now a big collision in the midfield third there, and Envoy Hines is going to get called for the foul for the Michigan City Wolves. So that will be a direct kick for Hobart, their 4th of the match. 5 minutes exactly remaining in the first half, 2-0 lead for Michigan City. Zach Pardis will do the honors for the Bricks. He'll go in direct on the play to the far side, headed by Plezak into the 6. The mixer is cleared out of there nicely by Colton Bailey, the freshman. It'll be a throw-in for Hobart. Holland cutting up there on the far side. Pimentel trying to get in there. And now a foul is going to be called on Michigan City. And this is a glorified corner here for the Brickies. 4th foul of the match. And the 5th direct kick now for the Brickies. And by pretty soon you got to start ringing the cash register here.
And yeah, this is a very good opportunity, golden opportunity here for the Brickies here with 4:15 left to go in the first half. You're down 2-0. And this is where you gotta attack.
Carter Gibson was trying to get that ball in the mixer on the play. Now they come back on the counter. They hit it up the elevator shaft. Nice little run here by Marcano as Miguel now trying to control in the midfield third, but it's knocked out of there by James Ohms. Picked up now by Envoy Hines. Hines now off the far side on the play, gets knocked out of the defense, and Jacob Bircher says Hobart Soccer. 3:42 remaining in the first half. Throw in now for the Michigan City Wolves. If you're just joining us, 9:05 on the first goal by Envoy Hines, his 2nd of the season. And then at 33:40, James Ohms off a direct kick that went off one of the Brickies for a 2-0 lead. And right now, Hobart's struggling a little bit in the midfield third on that counterattack to the offensive area. Now Envoy Hines with a shot knocked down nicely at the Hobart defense. And now the pass intended back here on the left wing for Nathan Rodecap does not connect. And now we're down to 3 minutes remaining in the half.
You can kind of start to sense that Hobart's offense trying to pick up the speed here a little bit as they get to the ball a little quicker when they're throwing the ball in out of bounds.
Also, we want to thank the Hobart Elks Lodge for their support. That's Lodge number 1152. They've got the Trunk or Treat going on October the 26th. They've got a garage sale coming up on November 2nd and 3rd, as well as the Veterans Dinner Show on November the 10th, and their New Year's Eve party as well. And that's at the Hobart Elks Lodge, located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. You can like them on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152. You can also give them a call at 219-942-1152. That's 219-942-1152 for the Hobart Elks Lodge number 1152. Here's now as a cross in the offensive areas. Olstead trying to get something going. Nice job defensively by the Wolves on the left wing there. Nathan Rodecap doing a great job. 1:53 remaining. Right now a sense of urgency here for Justin Olstead and the Brickies. His throw-in is knocked down by Eric Stevenson for the City. Now picked back up. Here's a laser beam and a great save by Mellon on a shot here to the lower 90 near side by Carter Gibson for the Bricks.
Boy, that looked just a little bit too wide to the right there, but still, nonetheless, you can't. If you're Sam Allen, you cannot just take a chance on that. You got to dive, and what a great effort there by the goalkeeper.
Hobart Assembly of God is located at 7540 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart, and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11, have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings, and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 until 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God, on the web at hobartassembly.com, or give us a call at 219-942-2691.
Under 50 seconds now. Now you really got to start attacking if you're Hobart, but right now they have the unfortunate disadvantage as Michigan City has the throw-in.
Down to 38 seconds remaining in the half. 2-0 lead for Michigan City. Another half of soccer to be played here, but the Brickies have kind of lost the momentum that they gained in the middle part here of the first half. 23 seconds remaining. Carter Gibson goes off to the far side. Now sealed off nicely by the Wolves, and now we're down to 16, and then another foul is called here on Hobart. That'll be their fourth foul here of the first half. The Wolves will take their time as the sands of the hourglass run out here in the first 40 minutes of action. And by the time they get things set up on the play, it will be the end of the first half here at the Brickyard in Hobart. 40 minutes of action in the books here between the Michigan City Wolves and the Hobart Brickies. The score at the end of the first half of play is the Michigan City Wolves 2 and the Hobart Brickies 1. So both ball clubs now will head to their respective locker rooms, and they will talk strategy here after this first half of action as the Michigan City Wolves try to break that 5-game losing streak and pick up win number 4 on the season, and more importantly, get some momentum going in to the postseason as well. Let's take a look at the scoring summary here in the first half of action, and it's brought to you by the Hobart Soccer Club. We want to thank them for sponsoring a portion of tonight's broadcast. They're home for 2 3v3 national championship teams. The club wishes best of luck to the boys team tonight in the postseason tournament, as well as Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. You can find more information about the Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.com. For the visiting Michigan City Wolves, 2 goals in the game, one at 9:05 by Envoy Hines, as Envoy Hines got his second goal of the game of the season. That came at the 9:05 mark. And then at 33:40, a direct kick situation, Adam, that resulted in a ball deflected off the Hobart defense there. And the defensive brain trust there for Hobart may have been more well-advised to just let that ball go.
Yeah, well, it was just the way that Michigan City came out of this first half. They found their 2 forwards, Serrano and Hines, really just found the holes in that Hobart defense over there early on the first half. Hines able to capitalize on early on in that 9 minutes into the first half, scoring the first goal. And then that last goal, really just an unfortunate situation as it goes off a defender. Hobart's goalie, Haluska, who saw a lot of action in that first half, really just he was practicing moving from left to right, which is actually where the ball was headed. That was the direction that it was heading. Just right. Went off the head of one of his defenders and bounced back to the left as he was shifting to the right to actually block that ball. If his defender didn't get in the way of it, I believe he would have caught it.
Yeah, he's done a great job of moving from east to west here at the Brickyard and doing a good job of thwarting the plays by the Wolves, but that one there deflected past him. That came at 33-40 and gave Michigan City a lead in the ball game of 2-0. Our statistical summary here the second half is brought to us by the Hobart Assembly of God. It's located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11, have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings, and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 until 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God, on the web at hobartassembly.com, or give us a call at 219-942-2691. Let's take a look at some of the other stats here real quick, Adam, and then we'll go with some keys to the second half of action here. For the Hobart Brickies, they had 4 fouls in the first half, and they ended up picking up 5 direct kicks in the half. Sam Mellon had 2 saves on those shots for the Michigan City Wolves on 2 shots on frame for the Hobart Brickies. Meanwhile, the Michigan City Wolves with 4 fouls in the first half of play. KJ Haluska with 1 save, and there were 4 direct kicks by the Michigan City Wolves in the first half of action. Our first half statistics are brought to us by Swanson Court Apartments. Return to spacious living at affordable rates at the Swanson Court Apartments, located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com. That's apartmentguide.com to see which properties at what rates are ready for move-in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties, they have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411 for a 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer. And Adam, as these teams now start to come out for their second half warm-ups here, what do you think the Brickies are going to have to do to get back into this match?
Basically, what they did in the middle part of that first half, where they continued to control. It seemed like Michigan City came out of the gate ready. I mean, let's take into account here the fact that these two teams are playing much earlier than they thought they were going to be playing.
Yeah, and we're broadcasting a little bit earlier.
Yes, we were. As if any rust that we had at the beginning of the broadcast can probably account for just not being ready to go 2 hours ahead of where we thought we were originally going to be having to go, as we were found out 12 minutes before the game actually started that the varsity was going to be played first. But I think Hobart needs to reproduce the energy that they had in that middle of the first half. I mean, they had a couple of shots on goal, 2 saves for the Michigan City goalie and Mallon, but they also had a couple more opportunities that just went a little too high, a little too long, or a little too wide. And really, they had a lot of throw-ins deep in that offensive third. I don't think we've had a corner kick all first half.
We have not.
So I think you need to start getting some corner kicks and just keeping the ball in that deep part of the offensive third. And I think just keep chipping away at it like Michigan City did. Because remember, in the beginning of the first half, Michigan City, even though they were finding the holes in the defense, it was going off their foot, off their head, out of bounds, and the timing was off. But then all of a sudden, Hines gets that first goal, and all of a sudden it's starting to click. The timing all of a sudden comes into play, and it seemed like it took just a little bit longer in that first half for Hobart to get that timing. I think they just need to come out a little bit more a little hotter here in the second half and just reproduce that energy that they had towards the middle part of the first half, and even into in the later part of the first half. I would say Michigan City had a little bit more energy, but Hobart was still there and still in it. And like we've always said, Mike, we talked about this earlier on in the first half. 2-0's most dangerous lead in soccer.
Just saw a lightning bolt to our immediate left, and hopefully that's not going to delay the start of our second half.
It is dark to our immediate left.
Yeah, so we may now I know you talked about the radar and the stuff moving in about 10 o'clock Central tonight. So we'll see. We'll do a little radar check right now. And the Hobart Elks Lodge, number 1152, is located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. And they've been serving the local community since 1909. The lodge conducts food, clothing, toy, and school supply drives, which benefit local schools and Riley's Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. The Elks remember and support veterans projects with visitations to veteran homes several times a year, and the lodge also provides funds for cancer research and college scholarships. To find out more about the Hobart Elks Lodge, number 1152, check them out on the web at elks.org. Like us on Facebook at Hobart's Elks Lodge 1152, or give them a call at 219-942-1152. Adam?
Well, just looking here at the radar, and we actually got 2 cells. Well, like I said, same 2 cells going, one above us, one right below us. But the one that's coming above us, heading northeast, is it looks like we might catch the bottom part of that cell coming at us. So we might get some, that lightning that we're seeing to our left is probably that bottom part of the storm heading our way. But, 2 minutes here before we start the second half is what's on the clock right now. So as of right now, no player suspension or delay. But, at the same time, my app's also saying there's 0% precipitation going on right now, and it's pouring down rain. So I don't know how much we can trust this app. But as of right now, due to my Weather Channel app, we should be fine with the storms.
Let's go ahead and hear now from Brian Myers. I had a chance to sit down with him prior to the ball game for a couple minutes here before we start the second half. Welcome back here to the pregame show on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. We're going to bring in Brian Myers, the head coach of the Michigan City Wolves. And, Coach, tough stretch here down the road, playing some good competition here, not only non-conference but as well as in the Duneland. But now we're getting set for the second season for your side. Let's talk about the prognosis here, what you're looking to achieve here out here today, and also coming up here with the sectional.
Well, I think the dominant thing that you have to see when looking over the results from our season is how close every game has been. There have only been a couple of games against ranked teams in the state where we really have not been very close or lost the lead or been trying to come back and from a small deficit. So our record is apparently not going to be quite as good as the record last year in terms of wins and losses. However, I really believe that it is overall a better team, and I think the closeness of most of the scores reflects that. I also believe we're playing really good soccer now, and that we will be the best team with a record like this to go into the sectionals probably in quite some time. We feel pretty good about how we're going to be for this game against Hobart and going into the South Bend St. Joe sectional on Wednesday.
Sam Mellon, your junior goalkeeper, has done a real good job for you, keeping you in ball games. As you take a look at his progress his junior year, analyze his performance between the pipes.
Sam has made some amazing saves, acrobatic saves, as recently as our last game. On Wednesday, we were watching him and just saying, actually, we were saying that we wish that we were broadcasting that game because there were some things that were highlight reel saves, just flying through the air, very graceful stops, and then just the calm distribution of the ball. Everything that you can really ask for in just a top-notch goalkeeper. He is all-star team quality goalkeeper, and the fact that he's a junior just makes us a little giddy about next year.
That was Brian Myers talking about Sam Mellon, Adam, and we had a chance to see a couple of those brilliant saves there in the first half.
Yeah, definitely, especially that second shot that was on goal that he just dove right in front of that right post of the goal. It from my point of view, it looked like it might have been just a little bit wide, but at the same time, like I said, when it happened, you can't take those opportunities if you're a goalkeeper. And I like what he said, how the team's a little giddy to have him as a junior, and knowing that he's going to continue to be here next year to help him out in a tough Duneland Athletic Conference. Both teams actually have their goalkeepers as juniors, and Haluska is doing a great job himself also.
He just makes a slide tackle on that one here and rolls it to his teammate here on the near sideline. Teams have now changed ends as Marcano deflected. Stolen on the play by Ellenwood now for Michigan City. Hobart dressed in their white home uniforms with the purple numbers. They're moving from right to left on your laptop or electronic device. And the Michigan City Wolves in the opposite direction in their road navy blue jerseys with the white numerals and the white city in black letter in between the shoulder blades and the back of the jerseys. And those are some heavy jerseys right now because the rain continues to plummet here at the Brickyard.
Really, one of the nice things, though, that as I was talking with some of the athletic staff here at Hobart about the field was, they mentioned they could have 3.5 inches of rain in an hour, and this field could still stay dry. Definitely, I don't think we've had that much rain, but definitely up there as rain continues to fall, and you can see it here on your if you're watching online. I think you can see it in the camera, actually, some of the rainfall.
38-39 remaining in the match. This is a non-conference affair, so it will not end in overtime. It will go as a tie in the books if we are tied at the end of 80 minutes of action, and the Brickies would love to have that kind of comeback. And they've got a nice start with a direct kick here, the sixth of the match for the Purple Gang. Here is the free kick opportunity now. Looking in the offensive third on the play for Cantos knocked out of the defense. And now the Brickies come back on the play with Marcano. Miguel Marcano now will center it back on the play as it eludes Vince Olmos. And now he had his pass intercepted on the play by Hines, but a good job by Marcano to come back and cover up for the Bricks. Now they go near side to Gill. Nice ground ball attack to Pimentel. The sophomore now back to Gill. Nice job as they go give and go, but they're offside on the left wing. As again they make the call on the play on the long kick as they tried to go over the defense that time on the pass to Willie Prieto.
And it was a good call. It was a close call, but I would say he had him by a couple of feet there on the offsides.
Check out the spacious banquet facility at the Hobart Elks Lodge for meetings, weddings, and special events for groups between 25 and 350. Their dining room is open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 5 p.m. with a monthly luncheon the last Wednesday of each month. And they rock at the lodge as well with a DJ the first and third Fridays of the month and live music the second and fourth Fridays of the month at the Hobart Elks Lodge, 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. Remember to like us on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152. 36:54 remaining in the match. 2-0 lead for Michigan City. Boy, Eric Stevenson has played a solid game in the back line for Coach Brian Myers. And now Mellon's going to just milk some clock off as he gets a little bit of pressure that time by number 10, Willie Prieto.
Lightning. We saw lightning. This is going to be a delay.
So they are going to go ahead and delay it right now as Jacob Bircher comes to the midfield stripe. So the clock stops now with 36:36 remaining here in the match and a 2-0 lead for the Michigan City Wolves. So the fans will be instructed to go out of the bleachers here. And, boy, I tell you what, Adam, I have seen so much lightning here this particular season. Of course, we had all the ball games, the football games were delayed last night with the lightning delays. I was doing the Penn ball game over at Father Bly Field in South Bend with about 4:18 remaining in the third quarter of play, and Penn up 58-7. They stopped the game and then eventually called it, and I know you had a delay up in Michigan as well.
Yeah, we had an hour. I was over at Brandywine High School in Niles, Michigan, and we had an hour and a half delay, and it was right at the start of the fourth quarter. So there was 12 minutes. That was all that's left, but it was a 15-14 ball game. And we stopped. The game stopped at 8:45. Didn't start back up until 10:15. And both teams throughout the entire game had ran the ball so much. I mean, that's how quickly the game was going. And they continued to do that in the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter lasted 20 minutes, but those 12 minutes lasted 20 total minutes, even with the 3 timeouts that Buchanan spent and the penalties that were given in the fourth quarter. So we waited an hour and a half for 20 minutes of football. Even though it was a great 20 minutes of football, it ended up being Brandywine a 15-14 victory over Buchanan and clinching a playoff berth with their 6th win on the season.
Hobart Assembly of God is located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11 and have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 until 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God on the web at hobartassembly.com or give us a call at 219-942-2691. We're going to take a break right now. We're going to go back to the interview with head coach Brian Myers of the Michigan City Wolves, and we'll go ahead and run that interview in its entirety because we certainly have enough time right now as we are in a lightning delay, 36-36 remaining here in the match, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Michigan City Wolves over the Hobart Brickies. If you're just joining us, those 2 goals coming at 9:05 by Envoy Hines getting his 2nd goal of the season at the 9:05 mark as the Brickies failed to control the ball in their defensive third, and Envoy turned on it and put a laser beam past KJ Haluska at 9:05. And then on a direct kick on a foul by the Brickies in their defensive third on the right wing, James Ohms hit a direct kick that was deflected off a Hobart defender, and he was able to get his first goal of the season on that one as it deflected past Haluska as Haluska was going to the far side, and then the ball came back to the near side on the deflection to give Michigan City the lead at the half, 2-0. We played 3 minutes and 24 seconds of action before the lightning struck here at the second half of action, causing the lightning delay. So now let's hear from Brian Myers, the head coach of the Michigan City Wolves.
Well, next year we
Welcome back here to the pregame show on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. We're going to bring in Brian Myers, the head coach of the Michigan City Wolves. And, Coach, tough stretch here down the road, playing some good competition here, not only non-conference but as well as in the Duneland. But now we're getting set for the second season for your side. Let's talk about the prognosis here, what you're looking to achieve here out here today, and also coming up here with the sectional.
Well, I think the dominant thing that you have to see when looking over the results from our season is how close every game has been. There have only been a couple of games against ranked teams in the state where we really have not been very close or lost the lead or been trying to come back and from a small deficit. So our record is apparently not going to be quite as good as the record last year in terms of wins and losses. However, I really believe that it is overall a better team, and I think the closeness of most of the scores reflects that. I also believe we're playing really good soccer now, and that we will be the best team with a record like this to go into the sectionals probably in quite some time. We feel pretty good about how we're going to be for this game against Hobart and going into the South Bend St. Joe sectional on Wednesday.
Sam Mellon, your junior goalkeeper, has done a real good job for you, keeping you in ball games. As you take a look at his progress his junior year, analyze his performance between the pipes.
Sam has made some amazing saves, acrobatic saves, as recently as our last game. On Wednesday, we were watching him and just saying, actually, we were saying that we wish that we were broadcasting that game because there were some things that were highlight reel saves, just flying through the air, very graceful stops, and then just the calm distribution of the ball. Everything that you can really ask for in a top-notch goalkeeper. He is all-star team quality goalkeeper, and the fact that he's a junior just makes us a little giddy about next year. Next year we feel that we'll have had a whole year under our belts getting our system going and changing the soccer culture at Michigan City, and then we'll have that team playing in front of Sam, and that makes us smile.
Meanwhile, two youngsters up top for you tonight, Rodrigo Serrano along with Envoy Hines, a sophomore and a junior respectively. Analyze their play, how they've been able to work together and get some nice combinations for you in the offensive third.
They are, I would emphasize their youth. They are young players finding their way, finding their roles on the team. And not sure everyone would have predicted at the beginning of the season that this would be a breakout year for them, but I think it has been for both of them. They're both outstanding.
Coach, give you a wrap-up. Let's take a look at keys of the ball game. As you mentioned, trying to use this as a springboard coming into the sectional over in South Bend. So as you take a look at your side, what you've been able to accomplish through the first 15 games, what are you looking for tactically on both sides of the ball out here this evening?
Well, we're going with a formation. It's a 4-3-1-2. It's a very strong defensive formation in the middle, but it puts some fast and some proficient players up front to attack. So it's really tactically it's a setup that's meant to combat good teams like Hobart and like South Bend St. Joe's and like Crown Point that we played in the middle of the week. And what we saw against Crown Point, I mean, we saw this tactical formation that it worked pretty well, that even the coach and players from Crown Point expressed that they were they were impressed with how much it limited their ability to move in the middle of the field for most of the game. But it also leaves room for us to use our team speed. And we hope we're building toward where we're going to be a team similar to Crown Point, where our team speed is going to be something that we combine with a lot of technical ability to be a consistently top team in the DAC.
Thanks very much for the time, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That was head coach Brian Myers of the Michigan City Wolverines. And Mike, one of the things that I found out to be pretty interesting there was the formation with the Crown Point there at the end. Definitely something that you wouldn't expect when you look at the score at 5-0.
Yeah, and you're going up against a fourth-rated team in the state of Indiana. And you definitely want to have some more defensive midfield help against Carmelo Morales and Bay Kurtz and that team, which has just got all kinds of offensive
Well, both Kurtz is
firepower.
actually, Brad Kurtz is doing a great job as a freshman over there.
Yes, he is, absolutely. And he was very instrumental in that big win against Valparaiso with a tying goal. Getting in between the defense there. They were pretty much left for dead with about 2 minutes remaining in the game, and Brad was able to break through and get a shot on goal, and then Carmelo was able to clean up past Andrew Fletcher to tie that game up. And then Crown Point, they won 12 shooters in the shootout. And eventually, Crown Point was able to come up with a victory in that one and win the Duneland Athletic Conference because of that win.
And definitely, as Coach Myers here for Michigan City in his first year, like Mike said, coming into the game, 3-12 overall, no ties in the season, and then that 1-6 record in the Duneland Athletic Conference. I mean, like we've been talking about, Mike. I mean, there's so many teams: Chesterton, Valpo, Crown Point. I mean, it just list goes on, and any time you got those three teams at the top with Chesterton, Valpo, and Crown Point. Those are three games that are going to be tough wins to come by, especially with the young team that he has here.
And don't forget about Portage, too, that tied Valparaiso at the end of 94 minutes of action before losing in a shootout to Danny Yeftich's ball club. Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of today's broadcast. Home to two 3v3 national championship teams, the club wishes best of luck to the boys team tonight and in the postseason tournament. They also want to wish best of luck to Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck to the Brickies during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club, and you can find out more information about Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.com. Special thanks to Hank Pimentel and the rest of the folks, Julie as well, very instrumental in helping us to be able to get these games on against Wheeler as well as Michigan City down here, and I want to thank them for all their terrific support. We also want to thank the Hobart Assembly of God. It's located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11 and have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 until 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God on the web at hobartassembly.com or give us a call at 219-942-2691. And what's the radar look like, Adam?
Well, looking at the radar, it still looks. The thing about it is, it looks the exact same that it's been all evening long, saying that there's no 0% chance of precipitation. But as you can see, if you look out your window here, if you're at the Brickyard, you would see plenty of rain. It looks like it's moving north of us over the lake and northeast, and then there's something going on towards the south, but nothing that looks like it's going to be any threats towards us. I don't think we'll be seeing any lightning bolts anytime soon. We should be able to get back onto the field here within the next 20 minutes. You
would think so, and of course that's the precautionary procedure that they go through here with the lightning, wanting to make sure that the student athletes are safe out there. as right now the clock is stopped at the 36:36 right now.
Mike, it's saying it's going to be at 11 o'clock where thunderstorms is going to start. So, but I mean, then again, coming into today, when on the drive over here, we were talking about the entire drive on how it was supposed to start thunderstorms at 6 Central Time. So, I mean,
Right.
it's been it depends on the wind, and right now the wind looks to be pushing it away more towards the north. So right now, as of right now, it should be just rainfall tonight.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a thin mist, maybe a little bit heavier than the thin mist going on right now through the lights here at the Brickyard, the home of the Hobart Brickies, who had a great start to their football season at 4-0. They've now lost 3 straight, and they've watched their ascension in the Northwest Crossroads Conference kind of evaporate out here right now. Meanwhile, these 2 ball clubs are looking forward to postseason action as well, and we're going to talk about the brackets right now and see how those things shape up here as we continue on with Rain Delay Opera here at the Brickyard. And in the meantime, we want to thank the great folks over at the Hobart Elks Lodge, 1152. You can check out the spacious banquet facility at the Hobart Elks Lodge for meetings, weddings, and special events for groups between 25 and 350. Their dining room is open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 5 p.m. with a monthly luncheon the last Wednesday of each month. And they rock at the lodge as well, with a DJ the first and third Fridays of the month and live music the second and fourth Fridays of the month at the Hobart Elks, located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. You remember to like us on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152. You've also got some great events that are going to be coming up at the Hobart Elks Lodge as well. They've got the Trunk or Treat. That's going to be on October the 26th. They've got their garage sale on November 3rd. Veterans Dinner Show coming up next month on November the 10th, and the New Year's Eve party as well. And that will be over at the Hobart 1150 Lodge 11 at 61st Avenue in Hobart. Remember to like Facebook as well. So let's take a look at the pairings here on the boys' side of things. First of all, over at Munster, now this will start on Monday, October the 7th. The 5-team section will start on Monday, and then you'll have 2 games coming up on Wednesday, and then the championship game will be coming up on Saturday night or afternoon. Over at Munster, Morton will be taking on Munster. Munster will be the prohibitive favorite in that particular matchup. And then it'll be East Chicago Central taking on Clark. That should be a very interesting matchup there between the Cardinals at 10-2-1. Hammond Clark coming in well over 500 as well. And then the Hammond High Wildcats, who are undefeated this year at 10-0-0, they will take on the winner of Morton and Munster. So you're looking at a semifinal there. East Chicago Central taking on Clark and Hammond taking on Munster. Those are 2 great matchups there at Munster. Meanwhile, over at Lake Central, you've got Hammond Gabbett against Griffith. Gabbett is really struggled even just to field a team. Their girls team did not field a team this year, and the boys team had to start late because of a low turnout. The second game of that doubleheader, though, we're going to have on WJOB 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday night, as the Highland Trojans will take on the Lake Central Indians, and that will be up there. Lake Central was down in 3-9, but they are on their home field and always tough under head coach Jeremy Rainwater. Over at Maryville, the Crown Point Bulldogs will be taking on the Maryville Pirates in game number 1. The second game will feature Kankakee Valley against Lowell, and Adam, in that one, you got to like the Crown Point Bulldogs to be able to roll over at Maryville and get to the regional.
Well, you know, I had an opportunity to possibly broadcast that Crown Point Valpo game a few weeks back, and the original day, as Kent Rosenbaum and I were going to do that game, and unfortunately were unable to do so due to weather, and that game was suspended and started the next day, as I had another volleyball game at Ancilla to broadcast, and you were at the Crown Point Valpo game and talked about how they went into that shutout. But Crown Point, just to me, I mean, number 4 in the state, just definitely a powerhouse up here, up north, and definitely here in the region. So, I mean, anytime you're going up against this Crown Point team, you know you're going to have your hands full.
over at Valparaiso, over at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. These two semifinal games will be played on Wednesday with the championship game on Saturday night. Portage will be taking on Valparaiso. That will be a rematch of the scoreless tie that went to a shootout last Wednesday, with the Vikings winning that 4-1 and winning the match officially to nothing. Over this Hobart team, Adam, is I know that Coach Hutch is going to have those kids out there trying, but the last time the teams met, Chesterton had a 7-1 victory over the Hobart Brickies. So if everything goes to plan, we'll have a Chesterton-Valparaiso championship game on Saturday night, a week from tonight.
Wow, what a game! That's going to be a huge rivalry in itself. I mean, I was a part of the Chesterton Valpo game at Valparaiso that we did early on in the season. I believe that was early on in September that we had that game, and just the was unbelievable. It was already like a playoff atmosphere, and that was I believe the sixth game of the regular season. I mean, these teams were both undefeated coming in, and early on in their seasons, and it's already a playoff atmosphere where the student section's full, rooting on for the Valparaiso Vikings as the game Valparaiso. Anytime you can get those two teams in a matchup here on the field, it's going to be a treat.
Let's take a look at Class 1A action on the boys' side of things. The Andrean 59ers are going to be playing their final playoff for head coach Pete Reist, as he's going to be retiring at the end of the year. 305 career victories for Coach Reist over at Andrean High School. They're going to be taking on Hanover Central in 5-game sectional. Game number 2 will feature two teams from the Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference, as it'll be Covenant Christian taking on Bishop Knoll. The Warriors have struggled now down the stretch, as they have fallen now to 7-5-1 on the season. The other game of the doubleheader will have Rensselaer taking on the winner of Hanover Central and the Andrean 59ers. So we want to thank Hank for giving us that heads up as well. Thanks very much, Hank. Appreciate it. And if you want that back, you can have that back, sure. And then the win play at noon Saturday. Yours truly, along with Kent Rosenbaum, tomorrow, Monday night, over at Wheeler High School for the matchup between Marquette Catholic and Wheeler. That's always a very good matchup there. Marquette Catholic will now come in at 10-4-1, taking on a Wheeler team that's at 7-6-2, but's played a very difficult schedule. Lighthouse will be taking on Washington Township. Westville will take on the winner of Marquette Catholic and Wheeler. But that opening game between Wheeler for the Boone Grove will be hosting their own sectional. Couts will be taking on Hebron in game number 1. Boone Grove will take on the Oregon Davis Bobcats in game number 2. Morgan Township will take on the winner of Couts and Hebron in game number 3. And then the championship game will be on Saturday over at Boone Grove. The Boone Grove Wolves, the local team and the favorite over there at their own particular sectional. We're going to move over to the girls' side of things. 20th IHSAA Girls State Tournament in the sectionals. Over in Class 2A, over at East Chicago Central, Clark will be taking on Hammond, and East Chicago Central will be taking on Morton in that particular sectional. Over at Highland, probably the best sectional of the girls' seedings, as Griffith will be taking on Lake Central. Munster will be taking on Highland. Adam, did you find out anything about him?
17 minutes is our next projection of when this game's going to start.
So hopefully the Lightning
it is
will hold
currently
off.
7 o'clock in Central Time.
Gotcha, and so we'll keep an eye on that situation as well. And meanwhile, over at Crown Point, everything is pointing towards a Crown Point Kankakee Valley rematch over at Bulldog Turf. Kankakee Valley will be a prohibitive favorite against Maryville. Crown Point will be favored against the Lowell team, which has given some teams, including Chesterton, a struggle this season. Meanwhile, over at Portage, everything is pointing at them to a potential noon championship matchup with you on the call over at WEFM between Chesterton and Valparaiso girls.
Oh, and I did the Valparaiso girls matchup at Chesterton this year, and that was a great game. Really a game that coming into it, I think Valparaiso was maybe the favorite, and just because of how they've been performing early on in the season, in the first couple of games that they had before that. But definitely Chesterton's girls squad took control from the get-go. I mean, it was a 3-1 victory, I believe, with Chesterton ahead of Valparaiso in that matchup. But the formation that Valparaiso had been in was actually the 4-4-2, and really they did that more for defensive purposes, and ended up having to change out of that formation towards the end of the game just because they were down 3-1 at that point, and they needed to get some offense. But I expect if that does come to happen, that championship game, I expect Valparaiso to be a much better team, but I expect Chesterton to also be a much better team, just because, I mean, it's the beginning of the year versus the end of the year with the sectional championship on the line.
13-2-1 for Chesterton this year, 7-6-2 for Valparaiso. A down year for Robert Cespedes' ball club. They're normally in double-digit wins. I can't remember the last time Valparaiso's girls team did not have at least 10 wins in a season, so they will definitely be out for revenge in that ball game. And Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank the Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of tonight's broadcast. Home to two 3v3 national championship teams, the club wishes best of luck to the boys team tonight and in the postseason tournament, as well as to Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. You can find out more information about the Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.com. Special thanks go out to Hank Pimentel, the president of the club, and the rest of the board. Also, Julie Olstead doing a great job of helping us get all the sponsorship together for Hobart Brickies boys soccer here with Coach Hutchins and the Purple Gang. So we want to thank them very much. If you're just joining us, it's a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Michigan City Wolves. We're about 15 minutes, maybe even less now. Hopefully you're available here before
Teams should be coming out here soon, Mike.
Yeah, you would think. There really has not been any more lightning in the area since the last time it struck out here. And they're probably going to end up giving the student athletes, I would think, a little bit of stretch time to get things going.
Yeah, I would think they'd put about 10 minutes back up on the clock just to kind of warm up a little bit, stretch, like you just said, stretch a little bit, and maybe get some shots on goal, get the goalies loose, and try and figure out what they're going to do from here. 36-36 is all that's left in this game. Like I said, Hobart currently still down 2-0 to Michigan City, but early on in the second half, coming into the second half, we talked about how Hobart needs to get off to a hot start, and I believe they were starting to get momentum back up on their side in that first 8 minutes and 24 seconds.
Meanwhile, in Class A action, as we go back to the girls' tournament, the 20th annual girls' soccer tournament in Indiana, over at Wheeler High School, the homestanding Bearcats will be the prohibitive favorite as they finish the season this year with a record of 13-1-2 on the campaign. They will be taking on the Washington Township Senators in game number 1 of the 6-team sectional. Marquette Catholic will be taking on Andrean. Andrean finishing the year just over 500 at 8-7. And then the winners of game number 1 and game number 2 will hook up. You're looking at a potential Andrean against Wheeler matchup at 5 o'clock on Thursday. And Bishop Knoll will take on Westville in the second semifinal there at Wheeler High School. Meanwhile, over at Covenant Christian in DeMont, Couts will be taking on Covenant Christian. Hebron will be playing Boone Grove, the favorite in that sectional. And then the winners of those games will play in the third game in the sectional. And then Rensselaer will be taking on Hanover Central and head coach Jim Pattison. So that kind of gives you the lowdown of soccer action across northwest Indiana. And we want to return to spacious living at affordable rates at the Swanson Court Apartments. They're located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com. That's apartmentguide.com to see which properties at what rates are ready for move-in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties. They have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411. That's 219-762-0411 for 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer. And Adam, let's maybe take a look at what's going on in college football and see get some updates out there. Had some games earlier today. The Naval Academy with a nice victory over the Air Force Academy in that ball game. It was, if anything, it was just great to see those kids being able to go out there and play when there was a possibility of that game being canceled.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity like you just said, a possibility that game wasn't going to happen. Navy winning that game. We have an update on the Notre Dame game. I know we have a lot of Notre Dame fans probably listening in here. It's still 0-0 with 3:58 left in the first. Notre Dame on the drive, though. They're in ASU territory, 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line as Reese so far on the day, 4 of 6 for 38 yards. Atkins has 7 carries for 25 yards. And so far, total yards of offense for both teams is, as we let this load here for a second, and the total yards is only 9 yards for total for ASU on 3 plays to 79 yards total for Notre Dame. So definitely time of possession in the Irish favor. Oregon blowing out Colorado, the number 2 team in the country, 43-16.
What a juggernaut they are.
Fresno State blowing out Idaho, 61-7. Fresno, number 23 in the country. Number 18, Florida, ahead of Arkansas, currently on ESPN2 with 8:33 left in the second. They are ahead 10-7. Ole Miss, the 24th ranked team in the country, currently down 10 points to SEC rival Auburn. So definitely a possible upset in the making there, as Auburn is unranked currently. Louisiana State, LSU, is up 21-9 on Mississippi State. LSU number 10 in the country, and of course after last week's a tough loss there to at Georgia, and really a game where neither offense was making any mistakes, and it really just came down to whoever was going to make the mistake, but ended up being LSU with a turnover on downs there. Oklahoma ahead of TCU 3-0. You can find that game on Fox with 6:07 left in the second quarter. South Carolina ahead of Kentucky on ESPN3, 14-0 with 4:49 left in the first quarter. Just underway, West Virginia at number 17 Baylor. That one can be found on Fox Sports Network, Channel 1. As it's just underway, 15 minutes, hasn't been played yet. But a big game probably would be the Georgia game, 6th in the country on the road at Tennessee, barely escaping there in overtime, 34-31. Oklahoma State coming off a tough loss to West Virginia, where they were flirting with the top 10. Now 21st in the country on ABC. Barely got by Kansas State, 33-29. Michigan defeated Minnesota, 42-13. Michigan, the 19th ranked team in the country. Definitely a good bounce back win for the Wolverines, especially that was their first Big Ten opponent of the season. Miami, ranked number 14th in the country, played on ESPNU earlier today. 45-30 was the score in that game, as they defeated Georgia Tech. Clemson, the number 3 ranked team in the country, blows out Syracuse, who just recently joined the ACC this year. So Syracuse definitely coming out of the Big East, known for their basketball, obviously, but their football team not performing too well today, as they get beat by 35 on that one.
Continue on, Adam, but let's change the camera back to the field now, because it looks like we are going to get back underway here with 36-36 remaining in the match, as the student athletes are coming back. Terry Codaspoti telling everybody to get back there on the field. So we'll get the camera back on there at the midfield stripe, as that's great news here. It looks like the lightning is at least passed, as you can probably tell.
Just as they came out, the rain picked up, though.
Yeah, well, they don't care about the rain. They'll play in the rain. And the main thing is that lightning. That's the real issue here. So right now, Jacob Bircher, along with Terry Codaspoti and his staff, are going to probably take a look at this situation and see what they're going to do.
Number 7, Louisville on ESPN3 earlier today defeated Temple 30-7. Texas Tech defeated Kansas 54-16. I guess no surprise there, though, as Charlie Weiss quoted earlier on with not so nice words to say about his team in that Big 12 media day, as Kansas falls 54-16 to Texas Tech and the Red Raiders. Probably one of the biggest surprises in the Big 12. I mean, I don't think anyone expected them.
Has Kansas won a game yet?
Kansas is 2-2. They've won 2 games, actually. So, at 500, a respectable record as they open up Big 12 play. but unable to get really anything done, it looks like, as they lost 54-16. Florida State defeated Maryland today 63-0.
Florida State beat Maryland?
Maryland.
And Maryland was undefeated.
63-0 there. Now Maryland falls to 4-1. Florida State goes up to 5-0.
Wow.
And you know what the biggest part about that game was? Everybody going into it was raving about how Maryland's defense is going to be key. And they certainly
were key to the door of the end zone for the Seminoles.
Yeah, 63-0 there. As it looks like we're not going to have very much warm-ups here. 36-36 left to go in the second half. And once again, the game of the week, game day at Northwestern for the first time, I think, ever, because I don't think really the
game day wasn't in existence when they were good.
And Northwestern really their biggest game since the Rose Bowl early in the 20th century, as they take on the Buckeyes and the number 4 ranked Buckeyes, as Northwestern leading the country in an interception. So that's definitely something to look at when you look at that game, as I think the key to that game is to make Braxton Miller throw, but we're back underway.
So here we go. The rain is coming down, and they've decided to go ahead and start it again as Sam Mellon's kick goes to the midfield third here, Adam. And it's going to be interesting to see how Michigan City reacts here after the long layoff. You know, the tendency is to let up a little bit here, and let's see if the Brickies come out with a little bit of sense of urgency.
We talked about it, 2-0, most dangerous lead in soccer, and the script is set for the Brickies to maybe make a comeback here with that, and the fact that most teams actually do come out maybe a little rusty after a long delay, as we had about a 45-minute weather delay.
Hobart is moving from right to left on your laptop and electronic device. Michigan City in the opposite direction. Now off the far side, Hines gets it knocked away by Howland, resulting in a throw-in now for the Wolves.
Wind starting to pick up, rain definitely starting to pick up. It should be weather obviously is going to be a factor with the ball, and the goalies trying to keep their hands on it. But overall, it should be a great second half here.
Now far side on the play, knocked down by Gill at the defense. Ohms trying to get it now for the Wolves. Gill now does the tightrope walk here on the near side on the play and gets the return pass. Ellenwood now comes on the right wing, knocked over the near touchline on the play by Marcano, or check that, by number 4, and that's Zach Pardis, throw in for the Wolves. Field turf is holding up very good. Puddling around the track area, but the field turf allowing these student athletes to compete out here. Terry Codispoti said it went off the Wolves, resulting in a Hobart throw-in. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. 2-0 lead for Michigan City as they try to break that 5-game losing streak. Right now the Wolves keeping the heat up on the kitchen with Rubino, and now it'll go back to the left fullback on the play, Jeremy Rodecap, and a throw-in. Jeremy now, number 2, will go with the throw-in, go short on the play as they try to get something going with Jory Palmer. Nice job by the Brickies to force the throw-in here. It's actually going to be a foul called on the Wolves.
And we should get the first offensive third possession here for Hobart as they get the ball finally down in their offensive third since the break. Coming into this weather delay, Mike, though, it seemed like they were starting to pick up momentum. Let's see if they can continue that out of the delay.
Now the Wolves come back on the counter. Nicely done on the play by Hines. Hines now trying to get past the defense as he goes like 1v1 with Marcano. Knocks down on the far side. Great job by Miguel Marcano to hold his own in the box.
Nice job there by the defense of Hobart. Like you just said, Marcano doing a great job for the Brickies. And looks like it'll be another goal kick here for the goaltender, the junior goaltender for the Brickies, who's seen a lot of action all game long.
Hobart Assembly of God is located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart. They're a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11 and have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 to 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God on the web at hobartassembly.com or give us a call at 219-942-2691. And Adam, you had the first chance to see the flip on the play by Miguel Marcano.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be trying to do that right now with the wet conditions with the ball, but Marcano obviously very confident in his throwing abilities, and definitely probably could have maybe gotten a little bit better result, but a nice job, I think a better defensive effort by Michigan City breaking that back.
Good job of back checking there by Jory Palmer, and they're going to call a foul now on the Bricks. And that will result in an Eric Stevenson free kick, and he's going to go all the way down on the play looking for Allenwood. Tyler Allenwood trying to get the ball in front of him on the right wing, comes into the mixer on the play, and it's going to be a corner kick, our first corner of the match for Michigan City.
And for the first corner kick to come at 47, now 47, that is just amazing to me, an amazing stat and a key stat, if you ask me, for the reason that maybe Hobart has been unable to get the ball into the net.
And they ruled some kind of violation here on the Wolves. Well, you're getting pretty good at that countdown on that time there. I like that. Must be your hockey background or something.
It's all the timetables that I did in the third grade. That's what it was, I'm telling you.
Aluska's kick now comes into the midfield circle with 31:43 remaining in the match, and the Wolves up by a score of 2-0. Marcano now trying to settle the ball down in the midfield third. Good counter on the play in the midfield area by Palmer for the Wolves. Well, that ball's really skipping on the turf, back on the play now to Mellon, and he'll pick it up. And the Hobart Elks Lodge, number 1152, located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart, has been serving the local community since 1909. The lodge conducts food, clothing, toy, and school supply drives, which benefit local schools and Riley's Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. The Elks remember and support veterans projects with visitation to veterans' homes several times a year, and the lodge also provides funds for cancer research and college scholarships. To find out more about the Hobart Elks Lodge number 1152, check them out on the web at elks.org, like us on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152, or give them a call at 219-942-1152.
Ball kind of slipped away there towards over the track as it once it hits these puddles, as we got some movement on Michigan City. Once it hits these puddles, the ball just continues to travel around this field.
Hines trying to get the ball in the midfield third. Now Ellenwood will pick it back up and get some momentum towards the right wing. Tyler Ellenwood now sizing it up. Took the shot, knocked down by Gill at the defense for the Brickies. Now they come back on the corner right now. The centering pass by Holmes is intercepted. And now they come back on the counter, do the Brickies with number 10, Willie Prieto. Left side now to Greg Gill on the wing. Back to the left fullback Marcano with 30 minutes remaining in the match and a 2-0 lead for Michigan City. So Miguel Marcano, who was our Centier Bank Performer of the game the last time these teams were, Hobart was on the pitch against Wheeler. Now here's the cross on the play, changing the field is Zach Partis. Bicycle kick trying to get it to Pimentel on a handball. So
yeah, I thought they might have missed that call and maybe given an opportunity for Hobart, but good call there by the officials. It bounced right up, and I don't think Hobart was expecting the ball to bounce up in their face, and it just kind of hit off his hand.
Yeah, they also let that play go on a potential dangerous ball. As now Eric Stevenson will go with the direct kick here for the Wolves. And for Michigan City now, that is direct kick number 5 of the evening. Howitzer shot by Stevenson. Haluska comes out with a one-handed fist and hits it up in the air about 20 yards downfield. Back come the Bricks now. Let's see if this will propel them on the play. On the right side now, Pimentel putting the pressure on Stevenson. Kicks it over the far touchline, throwing Brickies.
It looked like Haluska was practicing his volleyball serve as he came out there and just hit that.
Now in the mixer it goes. It'll go over the far touchline, resulting in a throw-in now. And here's Plezak. He's got a great throw-in going into the midfield third. Gets by to the fence, deflected right on goal, and Mellon made the save with number 11, Carter Gibson, right at the doorstep.
Seen a lot of deflections inside the 6 for both teams, really, especially as Michigan City was able to score their second goal off a deflection off of the head of one of the Hobart defensemen on a free kick.
Boy, Matt Plezak has got a great throw-in for the Hobart Brickies. 28-12 remaining, and now Haluska will come out with a slide tackle at the far side of the mixer, and he'll run up on the 18 and knock it out of harm's way. Hobart trying to get this lead cut in half and seize the momentum here as the rain continues to fall here at the Brickyard.
if you're Coach Hutch, you gotta like the aggressiveness of his goalkeeper, who's not afraid to come out of the net.
No, and that's 50-50 balls. When you come out, you better win. Greg Gill now will come out of the lineup for the Hobart Brickies. And back in for Hobart on the play will be Todd Burns off the right side. He's had some nice runs throughout the evening. Ohms now lost control for the Wolves as the Brickies try to come back on the counter. But again, the pass to Pimentel does not connect on the right wing for the Purple Gang. Return to spacious living at affordable rates at Swanson Court Apartments. They're located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com to see which properties at what rates are ready to move in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties, they have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411 for 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer. Down to 26:37 remaining in the match. 2-0 lead for Michigan City over Hobart. Nice counter on the play that time by Zach Pardis for the Brickies. Zach showing some great moves in the midfield third. Brian Swanson on the far side, dressed in pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here's the throw in now into the near side on the play to number 5, and that's Palmer. Now the Brickies come back on the counter. Looking on the right side on the play. Great job by Stevenson in the back. And Eric Stevenson has played a whale of a game in the back line for Michigan City, number 11.
Yes, he has. And really, Michigan City's done a nice job so far coming out of the break as really just defending the momentum, any momentum that Hobart's been able to throw their way, and sending it right back with a counter of their own. I mean, they've just done a nice job of whenever the ball is deep in Hobart's offensive third, they buckle down and they are able to defend their goalkeeper with pride.
Todd Burns now with a nice little flick on the play, getting it over to Pimentel, and they're going to call him offside, or what did they call there? I didn't see an offside on the far linesman there. Maybe they called a line violation or something. Yeah, they said they ruled that. They ruled that he went over the near touchline because it's a throw-in. So Terry Codispoti went with the throw-in there for Michigan City. That was a great opportunity there by Todd Burns.
And a close call for the official to make.
Now here's Hines off the right side for Michigan City. Now on the counter. Centering pass by Serrano. But Hobart's got too many numbers there. But now Serrano continuing to heat up on the kitchen. Now Plezak will come back for Hobart. Goes off the right side on the play to Olstead. The pass goes over the far touchline, resulting in a throw-in with 24:40 remaining in the match, and Michigan City still up by a score of 2-0. Check out the spacious banquet facility at the Hobart Elks Lodge for meetings, weddings, and special events for groups between 25 and 350. Their dining room is open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 5 p.m. with a monthly luncheon the last Wednesday of each month. And they rock at the lodge as well with a DJ the first and third Fridays of the month and live music the second and fourth Fridays of the month at the Hobart Elks. 3580 West 61st Avenue as Mellon makes that save on the shot in the midfield third, off the foot that time, of number 10, Willie Pareto. Third shot on goal for the Bricks in the match, and the third save for Sam Mellon. And we also want to mention as well that you can like them on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152. They also got Trunk or Treat coming up on October 26th, the garage sale on November 2nd and 3rd, Veterans Dinner Show on November the 10th, and the New Year's Eve party coming up at the Hobart Elks Lodge, 1152, and that's located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart.
I tell you, it seems like there's a magnet on the left side of the field for the ball as it continues to be more towards the left side, as that's where it seems to be played here. As, of course, just as I say that, Michigan City starts to move to the right.
Nice job by Marcano. They're going to call a little hook maybe on Marcano. Let's see. No, they're going to call a foul, pushing the back on the Wolves. So Michigan City gets hit now with their sixth foul. The Bricks with their 8th direct kick here, and Marcano will get it back into play. 22:49 remaining in the match. Michigan City up by a count of 2-0. Eric Stevenson with a good seal off, some pressure by Matt Plezak. Throwing now in the Brickies. He's looking for Pimentel. Hank now at the 18, coming in, deflected the ball, and Mellon comes out and covers up. Nicely done.
Nice aggressive work there by the goalkeeper Millen, and he just came out, knew that he saw that they had a forward coming on the opposite side there, and he just knew he had to cut the ball off in the middle.
Brickies tried to go with a give and go here on the near side, as Burns tried to go 50-50 there on the left wing with Willie Prieto, and the pass didn't quite click.
And that throw-in just not at all what you want if you're Michigan City, as it went from out of bounds to out of bounds, and now a throw-in for Hobart here deep in their offensive third.
Todd Burns now is going to run up on the line as Terry Codispoti is going to blow the play dead as 2 players come in. Double deuce. Hines exits the lineup. And also coming out as well for the Wolves, actually they're going to make a position change as they are going to send Rubino back to a right fullback spot. Here's Burns' throw-in. Here's an opportunity now for the Bricks as they turn on it. But unfortunately for Pardis, he was not able to get enough counterclockwise spin on the ball. Goal kick now for the Wolves with 21:25 remaining in the match. And Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank the Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of today's broadcast. Home to 2 3v3 national championship teams, the club wishes best of luck to the boys team tonight, as well as postseason success. Now an opportunity for the Brickies, and again it's Stevenson knocking it out of harm's way for the Wolves. Now left-footed centering pass knocked away from Burns, and now the Wolves control in the midfield third. They also want to thank, as well as give best of luck to Colleen Newell and the girls team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. You can find more information at the Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.com. Now Jacob Bircher says play on. As in the defensive third on the play, it's Vince Olmos, and he will kick it back over the far touchline for the Brickies.
Boy, I tell you what, we were talking a little bit earlier on in this half about Stevenson's play on the defensive side of the ball for Michigan City, really making a case for the Centier Bank player of the game tonight.
Yes, he is, and the Brickies have a few candidates as well. We're exactly halfway through the second half now on RRSN.com. Throw in now for Todd Burns, and he's going to give away to Marcano, and now the Brickies are going to get some more fresh legs in there as Willie Prieto will get a well-deserved break.
You can get the feeling that Hobart really now trying to pick things up here as they're running out of time to kind of get back into this game, as once again another acrobatic throw-in by Marcano.
Now here's Plezak with a header, trying to get it over to Carter Gibson. Now Pimentel with a shot. It's deflected off the Wolves, resulting in a Greg Gill throw-in. 19:29 remaining in the match. The Brickies trying to cut this lead in half and turn the heat up in the kitchen. Now Pimentel gets the return pass in the midfield third. One-timer is fanned on the play by number 14. That's Cantos. Now here's an opportunity just over the crossbar by Cantos as it hit the crossbar above the upper 90 far side.
Someone's got to tell these players that the field goals do not count here, as that goal's right under the field goal. And once again, it seems like they're going for a field goal.
That would give them the lead at 3-2. Hobart Assembly of God is located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11, have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings, and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 until 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Grow with us at the Hobart Assembly of God and check them out on the web at hobartassembly.com. That's hobartassembly.com, or give us a call at 219-942-2691.
Second corner kick of the game, and both quarter kicks being awarded to Michigan City so far.
Doing the honors will be James Ohms. There'll be a quartet of Wolves at the 18 as they come in on the play. Oh, it just got over the head there of Stevenson. The tall drink of water just in the inside of the 18.
Good
17:57 remaining, Adam.
Good effort there by Stevenson as he just flew down the middle of the lane and found a hole. And just like you said, Mike, just a little too high for him.
Now they get some speed on the right wing. Do the Brickies with Matt Plezak as he puts the heat on, takes one of the Wolves down, and that will result in a foul on the Brickies. That'll be foul number 5, resulting in another direct kick now for the Michigan City Wolves, their 6th of the match.
And even though that's the 5th foul of the game, I still like the aggressiveness by the Brickies as they're trying to desperately get back into this game, down 2-0, and now only 17 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game in regulation. You got to get a little bit more aggressive right now if you're the Brickies.
Center Bank has been named a 2013 top 3 best place to work in Indiana by the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, and they couldn't have done it without the trust, loyalty, and friendship of you, their valued customers. In return, they work hard to give you solid financial answers and outstanding customer service. Together with the community, they create one great place to work and bank. Center Bank, member FDIC. And we will have our Center Bank performers of the game after the ball game. Exiting the lineup now for the Michigan City Wolves is Rodrigo Serrano. As right now, Brian Myers may be going a little bit more of a defensive posture here, up by a couple goals. Less than 17 minutes now remaining in the match. Free kick opportunity now for Zach Pardis, the sophomore, for the Hobart Brickies. He'll be looking in the offensive third on the play for Willie Prieto and company. Willie trying to get in there at the 6 as the ball is knocked out of there again by Stevenson for the Wolves on a howitzer header, throw in Bricks. Todd Burns can reach the box from there. So can Mercado on the flip shot. Let's see if he tries it right now just on the other side of the track. He does so. Goes now to the 18 where Stevenson knocked it down. Now coming back on the play with a good back check that time is Jamal Ashey for the Wolves. Hobart now tries to come back onside as Mellon now directs the defense for the blue and white. 16 minutes remaining in the match as Sam Mellon now with a miss hit on the play will result in a throw. And into the ball game now is William Bowling for the Wolves, number 26. Knocked out of there by Stevenson again. Good job by Pardis now. He takes a long shot on the play and a save by Mellon. Maybe a little bit too far out on that shot.
Yeah, just a little bit too far out. But it might also look like he had an idea of getting a through ball in there as he had a man cutting in from the left side into the middle.
Sam Mellon now with 4 saves on the match. 15:31 remaining in it and a 2-0 lead for Michigan City. Here come the Bricks now on the counter. They've got an opportunity in the midfield third on the play. Trying to get the right foot free. Good back checking that time as Cantos had a nice run there. The freshman doing a great job in the central midfield area. Wolves come back now on the counter. They've got Bowling here on the near sideline. Now as a chip pass on the play, coming out will be Haluska at the 18 to make the stop. And I think Terry Codaspoti just spotted some more lightning here.
Yes, he did.
And I think they're going to go ahead and stop it now with 14:59 remaining in the match. As Terry Codaspoti, the near linesman, spotted the lightning, which I did as well, Adam. It definitely came down.
Yes, it did. It was definitely off in the distance, but definitely spottable.
So with 14:59 remaining in the match, Michigan City maintains a 2-0 lead over the Hobart Brickies. And the Hobart Elks Lodge at Hobart Elks Lodge number 1152 is located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. They've been serving the local community since 1909. The lodge conducts food, clothing, toy, and school supply drives, which benefit local schools and Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. The Elks remember and support veterans projects with visitations to veterans' homes several times a year, and the lodge also provides funds for cancer research and college scholarships. To find out more about the Hobart Elks Lodge number 1152, check them out on the web at elks.org. That's elks.org. You can like us on Facebook as well at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152, or give them a call at 219-942-1152. So we've had a scoreless second half here, Adam. Michigan City, I think, has done a really good job of not sitting on this lead and continuing to try to put some offensive pressure. And Hobart's had done a little bit better job here of creating some more offensive chances here in the second half.
Yeah, as rain continues to fall here, we're in a lightning delay with 14:59 left in the second half. 2-0 Michigan City ahead of Hobart. But I agree with you, Mike. I mean, Hobart came out and they did a nice job, especially late, just before this lightning delay. Had the ball in the offensive third probably about 50% of the time, as we were the last about 10 minutes. I've had it there. About 50% of the time against Michigan City's defense, but Michigan City's defense doing a great job, and in particular Eric Stevenson, the senior, doing a nice job buckling down there on defense, and like we said earlier on, trying to make a statement here tonight, maybe get a sent to your bank Player of the Year nomination, or Player of the Game, nomination.
So just the one tick under 15 minutes remaining in the match here, a 2-0 lead for the Michigan City Wolves over the Hobart Brickies. We are our second lightning delay of the evening here at the Brickyard. Return to spacious living at affordable rates at the Swanson Court Apartments, located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com to see which properties and what rates are ready for move-in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties, they have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411 for 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer. So, again, let's do a little bit of a recap here as the Hobart Brickies trailing the Michigan City Wolves by a score of 2-0. The first goal, Envoy Hines, on a loose ball in the offensive third for Michigan City at 9:05, was able to turn on the soccer ball and knock it past KJ Haluska for the first goal of the game for Michigan City. And then 24 minutes and 35 seconds later, a direct kick by James Ohms on the left wing in the offensive third was deflected off the noggin of one of the Brickies and went past Haluska for the goal. Really had no chance on that one. It was 2-0 at the end of the first half of play. We had an extended lightning delay with about 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. And now we are into the 15th minute remaining here in the second half. And another lightning delay has come up here with Michigan City leading Hobart 2-0.
It seems like we won't get this resumed until about 8 o'clock, as that lightning strike hit about 7:30 here local time. Central time zone is where we are, what zone we are in. And but one of the positive things, if you're a glass half full kind of guy, is that the game was originally supposed to start at 6:30. So really, you're still ahead in game time.
That's true. That's true, and it was very fortunate that they started the varsity game first. If they would have started the JV game, we might have been here until about midnight.
So they might have had endangered of not being able to play, actually. Either.
Sure. Yeah, because of the late. Of course, it's not a school night tonight, being on Saturday night, but you got curfew situation for young people to deal with. So,
and I mean, plus coaches don't want kids out past playing at 11:30 at night,
right?
Even especially in weather even like this, as we've seen a lot of rain throughout this game.
So right now the teams are underneath their respective bleachers, staying out of the lightning here. 14:59 remaining in the match. The Hobart Brickies trailing the Michigan City Wolves by a score of 2-0. And we're going to go ahead and take a timeout here on RRSN.com. Do you have any more college football we can talk about here, and then we can find out how long they're going to wait?
Let's get it back to the scoreboard where we games that left off. Obviously, we'll start with the Notre Dame score, as currently with 9 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first half, Arizona State ahead of Notre Dame 3-0. That can be found on NBC. ASU with the ball on their own 45-yard line currently.
What's the score?
3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Okay.
As Zane Gonzalez had a 40-yard field goal with 14:03 left to go in the first half. Tommy Reese 5 of 10 for 52 yards. Kelly, the ASU quarterback, 9 of 11 for 54 yards. As let me get the total yard mark, as When we last saw it, ASU had only 9 yards. Since then, have gotten 81 more yards of offense. They have 90 yards total to Notre Dame's 97. No turnovers so far in the game. 4 penalties, though, for Notre Dame for 29 yards to ASU's only 1 penalty for 15 yards. As Oregon continues to blow out Colorado 57-16 on the road. That can be found on the Pac-12 network. Maybe for those of us listening on the West Coast with the Pac-12 network. I don't know of too many Midwest people listening on the Pac-12 network, but that's where the game can be found.
Big game. You talk about Pac-12. How about Stanford and Washington later on tonight?
That will be, that's the late game. That starts at 9:30 on ESPN. That will follow the I believe that will follow the LSU Mississippi State game, as Mississippi State is ahead of LSU, the number 10 team in the country, 23-20 or 23-21, excuse me, as Baylor up 21-7 over West Virginia, 5:36 in the first. They're averaging 28 points offense in the first quarter. Just for our listeners, a little fun fact in that game. And the game day game is underway. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter at Northwestern, as the Northwestern leads Ohio State 7-3 so far, and right now Ohio State on the drive, though, 4th and 7 from the 38. It's kind of maybe in that questionable territory for a field goal, but it probably would look like more of a punting situation for the Buckeyes, as Basil had a 27-yard field goal with 12:31 left to go in the first quarter, and that was 3-0. And then they had a pass from Simeon for 9 yards to Kane Coulter for a touchdown for Northwestern. And let me get the total yards of offense, as Ohio State was favored by 7 points going into that game. There has been 1 turnover, and it looks to be a fumble by Ohio State. So there is 1 turnover that looks like Northwestern capitalized on.
It looks like we may have another reset now, Adam. Why don't you go ahead and check next door and see if they have. If they have, we may just go ahead and stop the stream and then restart it here. Because I just did see another lightning bolt, so it's possible that we may have ourselves another 30 minutes on the delay. Return to spacious living. So another 30 on right now. So another 30 on. So return to spacious living at affordable rates at the Swanson Court Apartments. They're located at 5656 Willowdale Road in Portage. Check out the available listings on the web at apartmentguide.com to see which properties and what rates are ready to move in this fall. Professionally managed by Trillium Properties, they have a friendly staff to serve you from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Call today at 219-762-0411 for 6-month and 12-month lease availability at Swanson Court Apartments in Portage, where we value each customer. Also, the Hobart Assembly God is located at 7545 East Ridge Road in Hobart and is a Christ-centered, Bible-believing, and Spirit-filled church. They offer Sunday morning services at 9 and 11, have a youth ministry service at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings, and a midweek discipleship service Wednesday nights from 7 till 8:15. The church also offers daily child care with quality staff and low rates. Come grow with us at Hobart Assembly of God on the web at hobartassembly.com. That's hobartassembly.com, or give us a call at 219-942-2691.
Yeah, we just saw another lightning bolt, but it looks like, so we're looking at about an 8:15 start now for the rest of this 14 minutes and 59 seconds left.
Regional Radio Sports Network wants to thank the Hobart Soccer Club for sponsoring a portion of today's broadcast. Home to 2 3v3 national championship teams, the club wishes best of luck to the boys' teams tonight and in the postseason tournament, as well as Colleen Newell and the girls' team in their postseason tournament. Best of luck, Brickies, during the 2013 high school soccer postseason from the Hobart Soccer Club. You can find more information about Hobart Soccer Club at hobartsoccerclub.com. And finally, we want to thank the Hobart Elks Lodge. They've got the Trunk or Treat coming up on October the 26th, the garage sale on November 2nd and 3rd, Veterans Dinner Show on November the 10th, and the New Year's Eve party. The Hobart Elks Club at 1152 is located at 3580 West 61st Avenue in Hobart. They've been serving the local community since 1909. The lodge conducts food, clothing, toy, and school supply drives, which benefit local schools and Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. The Elks remember and support veterans projects with visitations to veterans' homes several times a year. And the lodge also provides funds for cancer research and college scholarships. To find out more about the Hobart Elks Lodge number 1152, check them out on the web at elks.org. Like us on Facebook at Hobart Elks Lodge 1152, or give them a call at 219-942-1152. 2-0 lead for the Michigan City Wolves over the Hobart Brickies here. We are in a lightning delay right now.
And just a quick update on the Ohio State Northwestern game. Ohio State blocking a punt in the end zone of Northwestern, so Ohio State now up ahead 10-7. ASU at the 5-yard line of Notre Dame, second and goal for the Sun Devils.
We're going to go ahead and stop the stream now because we're not exactly sure how long it's going to be before we resume play here. So check us out. It's going to be at least a half hour right now. What time is it right now, Adam?
7:45.
7:45. So it's at least going to be 8:15 Central Time before we resume, if at all, depending on the lightning situation here. The score is Michigan City 2 and Hobart nothing. So check back with us here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. Again, the score right now is Michigan City 2 and Hobart nothing.
Another lightning.